Hi, Kate Hartley here, and today's video is all going to be about breast tenderness during the menopause. So I've had quite a few of you write into me saying, what causes it? Principally, it is just the fluctuation of hormones. It's the fact that we tend to be more estrogen dominant as our progesterone falls off really quickly as we go into menopause. But with this, it seems to be that more people or more ladies get breast pain during the perimenopausal years, so the run up to menopause, than they do after menopause. Certainly for me, that was the case. You might also find that the breast pain is different. So, sort of the week leading up to a period, generally, you get that heavy feeling, that tenderness, and it's in both breasts. Whereas when you have more sort of menopausal specific breast pain, it can be quite a sharp pain, it can be quite a dull ache, and it can be in anywhere specific, very sort of localized area of the breast tissue. It doesn't have to be both breasts at the same time, and it can be quite a sporadic kind of sensation. It tends to be, I would say, just more of a specific type of pain, a more stabbing, burning kind of pain. Of course, I think it's obvious to say if you've got regular pain and you're concerned, go and see your doctor about it, because I think off and on, if it's an occasional pain, it's one of those things you can just put down to changing hormones and fluctuating hormones. Whereas if it's something that's constant pain signifies we need to get it checked out, so don't ignore it. If you're over 50, in the UK for sure, we are eligible for breast screening. I'm still waiting for the results of mine to come back in about 2 weeks' time, so make sure you use that to your advantage as well, because a lot of bumps during the breast screening process are actually picked up before we even see them. Also, just to know that there are loads and loads of really useful videos on Google, on YouTube, showing you how to do a breast examination. So if you're not entirely sure how to do it, just type in how to do a self-check breast examination, and you'll have loads and loads of videos that pop up to help you. So there are a few things. A lot of pain can be caused by dehydration. Our breast tissue requires a lot of fluid, and when we're dehydrated, you might actually find that is causing that discomfort. Also, when you consider if you're dehydrated, you're going to have a greater concentration of hormones in your body, because as you will do with all sorts of other things in your body, is in greater concentration when you're dehydrated. That can actually be the difference between having breast pain and no breast pain. So if it's something that's a regular occurrence to you, just up the amount of water that you're drinking. Ideally, to work out the right amount, you measure yourself you weigh yourself in pounds, divide that by 2, and that is the answer in fluid ounces that you should be drinking of water a day. For example, if you weigh 140 pounds, divided by 2 is 70, so you should be drinking a minimum of 70 fluid ounces of water every day. If you live in a hot or cold climate, drink more. If you are menopausal and having a lot of hot flashes or flushes, drink more. And if you have a strenuous job, drink more. Salt can also increase our chance of having breast pain. That makes us hang on to more fluid, and so just go easy on your salt. And so can caffeine as well. In fact, caffeine can be quite a hormonal disruptor. I'm not going to go into sort of the benefit or the sort of intricacies of how caffeine affects us, but it has quite an impact on how our stress hormones work, because of course caffeine is a stimulant, and our adrenal glands back up the job of the ovaries as we go through menopause. So when the ovaries go into retirement, it's largely, if we've got healthy adrenal glands, that's when you're likely to not have too many menopausal symptoms. So when we drink coffee with caffeine, it stimulates our adrenal glands. So we're releasing cortisol, which makes us release more insulin, which is our fat storing hormone. So it might mean that your breast tissue actually gets larger because you're storing more fat. But also caffeine can lead to sort of more fibrous breast tissue. If you have something like PCOS or fibroids, you would be advised to cut out caffeine completely. Even try it for 3 months and see how much better you feel after a 3-month period, if you can't sort of commit to getting rid of it for long term. However, I think you'll find if you've managed to do it for 3 months, you can continue. And there's loads of sort of decaffeinated options out there. So also be aware that tea contains caffeine. A lot of fizzy drinks contain caffeine, so it's not just coffee that might be the issue. Things like kelp are really beneficial for us. But the iodine that is in kelp can help support our thyroid gland. Thyroid gets a bad rap during our menopausal years. It's also related to a lot of sort of our hormonal imbalances. So if you eat something like kelp that contains high amounts of iodine, that is likely to support you hormonally, and it's likely to help you prevent getting breast tenderness as well. Things like vitamin E as well are very beneficial. There's a bit of a bad rap about having evening primrose oil is one of those that we all consider, you know, we all think about when we're talking about a PMS and trying to calm ourselves down and on the run up to a period. However, it's also quite high in omega-6. And so as we, you know, we don't need that support with PMS anymore as we're going in, sort of moving into perimenopause and beyond into menopause. It might be that evening primrose oil doesn't support you like it used to do. That's just because of it can be quite high in omega-6s, and if you have a diet that's fairly high in things like vegetable oils, seeds, nuts, a lot of foods contain omega-6s, and which is one of our essential fatty acids, we tend to have an imbalance of omega-6s to omega-3s. Omega-3s are the ones that we normally have to consciously try and improve or increase the amount that we have, whereas omega-6s rather, we tend to have too many of. And evening primrose oil can bump up the amount of omega-6 that you're consuming. So if you're finding that evening primrose oil isn't really having the benefit that you expected it to do, try supplementing with vitamin E. Again, vitamin E is in a lot of foods naturally, seeds, nuts, avocados, things like that. So if you eat healthy fats, the chances are that you're probably going to be getting sufficient vitamin E. But if you struggle to eat healthy fats regularly, it might be that you want to take a vitamin E supplement. Just see how you respond to it. It might well be that it helps to reduce your breast pain, and it's also obviously very good for your skin and other various parts of the body. So vitamin E is a really good one. And then lastly, consider your deodorant, and you know, whether you use a roll-on or an antiperspirant spray. There's a lot of press or literature out there about you know, the the alu content of various deodorants and their possible link to increasing breast cancer. I have used for years, I've got like it's a solid rock of Himalayan rock salt. It's actually shaped in a heart. It's quite sweet. But all I do is I get out of the shower, I have a damp armpit, and I just rub the Himalayan rock salt under my arms. I find that suffices for me. The reason you get smelly under your arms is because of the bacteria. So it's not the sweat, it's the bacteria that develops as you don't keep yourself clean enough. You know, I appreciate that if you're somebody who tends to get smelly armpits, then, you know, it might not be practical for you to use salt and then maybe wash twice a day. I just use salt once a day and that's it. I get out the shower, and then when I shower next time, I reapply the salt. It works fine for me. But there are healthier products out there. So, you know, do look into, I don't know, salt-based, all-natural deodorants, because there is a link to the inflammation that those can cause under the armpits. And also another thing to consider is as we go through the menopause, our fat tissue does tend to get redeposited. So you'll find that, you know, you might have skinny legs and lose your bum muscles. That's partly down to the fact that we lose, our muscles atrophy as we get older, and much more quickly as we go through the menopause. So, you know, you do need to be taking active measures in order to keep that muscle developed, because the greater muscle that you've got will mean the more calories that you're burning, and it just keeps you healthier and fitter too. You know, we should all have good lean muscle, good amounts of lean muscle. but you'll find that fat will tend to go upwards, so it will be sort of resting around your belly more, and it might be that it's sort of going onto your breast tissue as well. You'll probably notice it rather than coming out the front, it'll be more around here, sort of the side of your breast tissue. So, you know, like you put on a bra and then you just think, oh God, it's all bulging over the edge. That's partly down to the fact that obviously our skin's getting older and more wrinkly, but it's also the fact that our breast tissue tends to get fatter around here as we go through the menopause. So again, you know, just taking good care of yourself, watching what you eat, eating healthier foods rather than the inflammatory foods, and obviously keeping yourself fit with lean muscle is also really, really important. It'll help you keep that shape. You know, good core strength will help you pull in your tummy. It'll give you nice sort of muscle definition down your back. So if it's something, you know, you feel like up until menopause you've always been in good shape, but now you've lost it, you're not quite sure how to get it back, it is never too late to start. I absolutely promise you. If you need help with getting healthy and fit, you're not sure where to start, you're not sure about your nutrition, please do just get in touch. It's something that I can help you with. So all in all, it is about keeping well hydrated, eating healthy food, trying to follow a healthy lifestyle, doing things that will support your adrenal glands, reducing the amount of caffeine. I would say cut out sugar, processed sugars, eat a wide range of the, you know, colours of the rainbow. That basically means you're going to be eating the polyphenols and the antioxidants, which are really key to our long-term health as we sort of go through our menopausal years. And maybe consider getting fitted for a new bra. If you find that underwired bras are too uncomfortable these days, there are some really good sports bras out there. I can't remember the last time I wore an underwired bra. If I was going out to function and had to wear an evening gown, I would probably wear an underwired bra. But beyond that, it's sports bras and yoga bras. I'd live in them. And if you have very large bust, it might be that you want to find a really comfortable sports bra or yoga bra just to give you that extra support when you're in bed, just to sort of hold them in the right place so they're not flopping around too much. So, you know, it stops the tissue being pulled in a certain direction if you've already got that support around you. So hope that helps. It is likely to pass. It's not gonna, you know, I think, you know, we get used to it, PMS every month. I remember when I went through puberty, I always used to lie on my tummy. I could not lie on my front. It was just like, they were so painful. And, you know, again, going through menopause, it was much more of a sharp sort of burny pain that I experienced. So I think we experience that pain in different ways. And like I said, if it's long term and it's something that recurs regularly, just go and get them checked out. Okay, I hope that helps. If you've got any further questions that you want me to, or symptoms that you want me to cover as far as menopause goes or healthy aging goes, please send me a message and I'd be happy to do that. And if you know of anybody who might benefit from listening to this, please share. And if you're watching it on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up. Catch you soon.